here?
Because Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to do.
But you're the president.
I do, but I still have to get her. Unfortunately, that's one of the reasons I think we're going to take over the House, because of her. Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve anything because she'd love to have some victories on a date called November 3rd. Nancy Pelosi does not want to approve it. We are ready, willing, and able to do something.
Oh, sure.
Don't forget, we've
That's why
already
you
approved 3 plans.
kill all of those,
That's gonna
Mitch.
do, including the Democrats, in all fairness. This one she doesn't want. It's near the election because she thinks it helps her politically. I think it hurts her politically.
All right, Mr. Vice
I think you should shut up.
The leader in the United States Senate said he can't pass it. He will not be able to pass it. He does not have Republican votes. Why ain't he talking to his Republican friends?
Let me follow up with you, Vice President.
We made it,
Biden, because let me
Vice
ask
President,
this
shut
question.
Trump.
You are the leader of the Democratic Party. Why have you not pushed the Democrats to get a deal for the American people?
Well, they have, and they have pushed it. Look, they passed this act all the way back in the beginning of the summer. This is like it's not new. It's been out there. This HEROES Act has been sitting there.
It's true with
And look
Mitch.
what's happening. When I was in charge of the Recovery Act with $800 billion, I was able to get $145 billion for local communities that have to balance their budgets, the states have to balance their budgets, and then have to fire firefighters, have to fire firefighters, teachers, first responders, law enforcement officers, so they can keep the cities and counties running. He will not support that. They have not done a thing for them. And Mitch McConnell said, let them go bankrupt. Let them go bankrupt. Come on. What's the matter
The bill
with
that
you?
was passed in the House was a bailout of badly run, high crime, Democrat, all run by Democrats, cities and states. It was a way of getting.
It's just
a
that
lot of money,
Democratic
billions
tends to
of
be
dollars
dense.
in these games. It was also a way of getting a lot
Just
of money
face.
from our people's pockets
Right.
to people that come into our country illegally. We were going to take care of everything for them. I'd love to help them. But if that does, everybody all over the world will start pouring into our country. We can't do it. This was a way of taking care of them. This was
So
a way of
America
spending
can't be
things that had
too good
nothing to do
because we
with
attract
COVID,
others?
to your question. But it was really a big bailout for badly run Democrat cities and states.
All right, I want
If
to.
I get elected, I'm running as a proud Democrat, but I'm gonna be an American president. I don't see red states and blue states. What I see is American, United States. And folks,
Yep.
every single state out there finds themselves in trouble. They're gonna start laying off, whether they're red or blue, cops, firefighters, first responders, because teachers, because they have to balance their budget. And the founders were smart. They allowed the federal government to deficit spend to compensate for the United States of America.
I want to talk about the minimum wage, gentlemen. Mr. Vice President, we are talking about small businesses and business owners these days. Do you think this is the right time to ask them to raise the minimum wage? You, of course, support a $15 federal minimum
I
wage.
do, because I think one of the things we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to bail them out too. We should be bailing them out now, those small businesses. You got 1 in 6 of them going
Right.
under. They're not gonna be able to make it back. They passed a package that allows us to be able to go PPP. Money is supposed to go to help them do everything from organize how they can deal with their businesses being open safely. Schools, how they can make classrooms smaller, how they can hire more teachers, how they can put ventilation systems in. They need the help. The businesses as well as the schools need the help. But these guys will not help them. Is not giving them any of the money.
We are going to move on to immigration. But I want
You
to
said we
get
have
your
to help our
reaction.
small businesses by raising the minimum wage. That's not helping. I think it should be a state option. Alabama is
Oh
different
my
than
God.
New York.
Is he against
New York
raising the
is different
minimum
from
wage?
Rhode Island. Every
It's
state
because
is
he's
different.
saying it won't help small businesses. They'll have to pay their employees more, which is makes it harder for them to.
How are you helping the
Start, I get that, but
enforcing wages? What's going to happen, and what's been proven to happen, is when you do that,
They
these
raise the
small
price of their
businesses
food,
fire
you
many
dummy.
of their employees.
Offset it.
The federal minimum wage to $15 an hour.
That hurts
You said recently
customers
you were
too,
considering
yes.
raising the federal minimum wage to $15.
Yeah.
If their
It's
food's
a balance.
If their food's good, they'll go back. If they can't afford it,
It's choice.
couldn't afford it before.
It's a balancing
Not
act.
to a level that's going to put
It's
all
not
these
easy.
businesses out of business. It should be a state option. Look, I'm living in different places. I know different places. They're all different. Some places, $15 is not so bad. In other places, other states, $15 would
Okay,
be
President Trump.
orders.
No shit.
Response, Vice President Biden.
2 jobs, 1 job, below poverty. People are making $6, $7, $8 an hour. These first responders we all clap for as they come down the street because they've allowed us to make it. What's happening? They deserve a minimum wage of $15. Anything below that puts you below the poverty level. And there is no evidence that when you raise the minimum wage, businesses go out of business. That is simply not true.
We're going to talk about immigration. We're going to talk about immigration now.
At least Trump agrees with that.
And we're going to talk about families.
When I'm mentally, I can see his head nod.
Mr. President, your administration separated children from their parents at the border. At least 4,000 kids. You've since reversed your zero tolerance policy, but the United States can't locate the parents of more than 500 children.
I've heard about this.
So how will these families ever be reunited?
Just separated after all this time.
Coyotes and lots of bad people.
Oh my God, coyotes, really?
And they're brought here, and they used to use them to get into our country. We now have as strong a border as we've ever had. We're over 400 miles of brand
Yeah, we
new
do.
wall.
It hasn't really
You see the
changed.
numbers, and we let people in, but they have to come in legally, and they come in through
But how
America.
will you
I'm glad for
reunite
that.
kids with their families,
Just saying.
Mr.
That it
President?
hasn't
You
changed.
know, they used to say, I built the cages. And
Mute
then
'em.
picture a certain-
I just want her to hit that mute button. It would be so cathartic.
And they said, "Look,
He
these
is
cages
not. He's on some weird tangent. Like,
was determined they were built in
I can't even follow
2014.
that.
was
And I
him.
have
Do you
ADD.
have a plan to reunite the kids?
Yes, we're working on it very. We're
What thing you working on? You're working on it.
Oh, sure you're working on it. What's it called, huh? Who's in charge, huh?
Molly, why didn't you do it before?
He's just trying to dance around the topic because he doesn't have any good answers.
Another question to you.
These 500 plus kids came with parents. They separated them at the border to make it a disincentive to come to begin with. They real tough. We're really strong. And guess what? They cannot. It's not coyotes didn't bring them over. Their parents were with them. They got separated from their parents, and it makes us a laughing stock and violates every notion of who we are as a nation.
Let me ask you a follow-up
Kristen,
question.
they did it. We changed the policy.
Your response
They
to
did
that?
it.
We
changed.
did not
They built the
separate
cages.
They.
Who built the cages, Joe?
Let's talk about
Who built the cages, Joe?
Shut up, Trump.
What happened? Parents were ripped, their kids were ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find over 500 sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's criminal.
Painful.
It's criminal.
Let me ask
Kristen,
you
I will
about
say
it.
this. They
in
went
10
down. We
seconds
brought
and 90
reporters, everything. They are so well taken care of. They're in facilities.
Oh my God, no, 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 no.
They'll have nicer lives in
Who
cages.
built the cages? I'd love you to.
Human zoos.
The cages.
Let me
Who
ask you about
bit
your
the
immigration
wall?
policy, Mr. Vice President. The Obama administration
Who bit the wall?
delivered immigration reform, which had been a key promise during the administration. It also presided over record deportations as well as family detentions at the border before changing course. So why should voters trust you with an immigration overhaul now?
Because we made a mistake. It took too long to get it right. It took too long to get it right. I'll be president of the United States, not vice president of the United States. And the fact is, I've made it very clear. Within 100 days, I'm going to send to the United States Congress a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people. And all those so-called dreamers, those DACA kids, they're going to be immediately certified again to be able to stay in this country.
Yes.
They're on a path to citizenship. The idea
I don't know if I
that
like that.
they are being
I
sent
do.
home by this guy and they
Very
want to
so.
do that is they're going to a country they've never seen
Nice.
before.
They have to
I
get
can
of
imagine they're
knife.
5 years old,
That
their
means
parents are
they're
taking it across
eligible for minimum wage at that
and it's
point.
illegal.
That's
You say,
good.
"Mom, leave me here. I'm not going to go."
For
They've
them,
been here. Many of them are
Well,
moms,
yeah, for them. Have a little empathy, right?
out there taking care of people during this crisis.
it affects a lot of other people
We owe
negatively.
them.
I know, but it's worth it.
Kristen, he had 8
They're still
years
people.
to do
Yeah.
what he said he was going to do. And I've changed without having a specific. We got rid of catch and release. We got rid of a lot of horrible things.
Oh,
that they
sure.
put in,
And
they-
implemented it even more.
8 years he was vice president.
Like, it's not severe enough.
He should have just owned up to the key thing.
Children in.
Really?
He-
Vice President, your response.
Well, I mean, he essentially did. He said, but when I'm president,
In fact, you had
I'm vice president.
a family came across, they were arrested. They in fact were given a date to show up for their hearing. They were released, and guess what? They showed up for a hearing. And this is the first president in the history of the United States of America that anybody seeking asylum has to do it in another country. That's never happened before in America.
Mm-hmm.
That's never happened before in America. You come to the
You
United
don't have enough
States and you
space on
make
your
your
phone for
case
that video.
that I seek asylum based on the following premise, why I deserve it under American law. They're sitting in squalor on the other side of the river.
President Trump, your response.
So
Squalor on the
It
other
just
side of the
shows that he
river.
has no understanding of immigration or the laws. Catch and release is a disaster. A murderer would come in, a rapist would come in,
Oh, please.
a very bad person would come in. We would take
Bad
their
intruder.
name. We have to release them into our country. And then you say they come back. Less than 1% of the people come back. We have to send ICE out and Border Patrol out to find them. We would say, come back in 2 years, 3 years. We're going to give you a court case. You need Perry Mason.